Hey, good morning, guys. How y'all doing?
Man, doing well, man. We heard the news, and we want you to be a Cardinal. We weren't happy about it, but this is a great opportunity for you too, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. Like you said, it would have been great to be a Cardinal my whole career, but things happen, and obviously I'm excited for a new opportunity, a new chapter, and I'm ready to go.
I'm sure you're going to get that opportunity, but I'm just curious, like the personal side of this, Kiz, and we've known you for a while. You've been part of the show for a while. We appreciate that. But I don't think a lot of people saw this coming. So just your reaction, how you found out, and did anyone talk to you? How did it go down?
Well, I knew coming up to the tender deadline that it was obviously a possibility that it could happen, right? Because, obviously anything can happen in baseball, and I got a call from Mo, and he let me know, and we're kind of here today. So, that's just I understand it. It's baseball. It's a business, and they decided to go one direction, and allowed me to go a different. So, like I said, I'm excited for a new opportunity and getting on a new team and showing them what I can do.
And Kiz, how much was that on your radar? And last week we were talking about arbitration. There's always the possibility of anybody with a trade. You got Contreras, yourself, Herrera's coming. When that deadline was approaching, I mean, if you could put a percentage, was it? Oh my gosh, it's a big surprise. You think there was a chance it could happen? Were you overly surprised or shocked?
It's just tough because you honestly, and I've talked about it on this show, and I've talked about it before. It's, I try to do my job, and that's playing between the white lines, and, the front office will make moves according to what they feel is best for the team. So you never really truly know, what is going to happen. You just try to show up every day and try to play as well and prepare as well as you can. But I think, it definitely was a little surprising. But like I said, it was on my radar, so I wasn't totally shocked by it. But like I said, just looking forward to a new opportunity.
So what's the next move? I'm just curious how this works. You're coming off a career year offensively. Obviously, you're well thought of by the pitchers in the organization. You have a resume. What's the next step? How does that work?
Honestly, I don't really know. I've never been a free agent before.
Well, what's your agent telling you?
So it's just I guess everything's just going to depend on kind of how the market's going to move this offseason. There's some off seasons where guys sign really, really fast, and there's some off seasons that, it's a little bit slower pace. So I think as soon as some of the real big name free agents start signing, I think everything will fall into place from there. So, my agent pretty much told me, you could be on a new team in a week, or it could be a couple months. So, keep working hard, keep doing what you need to do in the off season to prepare, and, things will fall into place as they should.
All right. So here's what I want to know. You've been part of this show now for a while, and obviously we're going to, move on because you're going to go to a new city and probably hook on with a better show than this one. But tell us about your experience by being part of Hot Take Central. Was it good for you, or have you hated it all along but were too nice to say so?
No, I love it. I mean, it's always nice getting on, talking with you guys. You guys keep it real, keep it fun, which is, it's always a nice little 15, 20-minute segment for me, especially during the season, to get my mind off the game and be able to chop it up with you guys and have a good time. So I really appreciate you guys having me as a guest, and I wish I could keep doing it, but, maybe I'll make a guest appearance whenever I play in St. Louis. I'll come back on the show for, a little guest appearance.
Yes. Definitely do that, because we've all enjoyed it. You've been so good. Before we let you go, and we appreciate you coming. I asked you because I thought it'd be nice for you to come on and tie up loose ends.
Everybody loves you, man.
You've been great. I know there's a lot of Cardinal fans who are disappointed, but just your experience, because as the Cardinals are looking for free agents and everything, you've been around a while. What do you think the perception is of St. Louis by major leaguers in general?
I think the perception is really, I think there's two main things that stick out to me would be the history of the organization. I mean, anytime you can have such a rich history, have a lot of championships, have a lot of really, really good players that have played for the organization and that still give back to the organization, I think that's really valuable. And the second thing, I think, the fans, when you go and play at Busch Stadium, you're playing in front of 45,000 fans every single game. So any player in Major League Baseball that wants to play in a great atmosphere and be surrounded by great players, I think St. Louis would be a great spot and a great fit.
Cole here. Who was the first Cardinals player to reach out to you once the word started to get around?
Oh, shoot. Miles, and Matts were the first one, pretty much the first ones to give me a call and talk to me. But, as a couple of days passed, a lot of guys reached out, and, that means a lot because, I've been a Cardinal for 8 seasons, through the minor leagues and everything. So I've developed a lot of close relationships with a lot of players and relationships that'll last a lifetime. So to have those guys kind of reach out and talk to me and stuff like that was, that was really great.
So, Kiz, coming off obviously a negative, but the silver lining to this as a free agent is you can now choose where you can go. So what are you looking for, and what type of opportunities? I mean, is it a guy who's the 50-game backup or a timeshare situation? You're obviously coming off your best offensive season, so there should be suitors out there. So what are you looking for, and what do you think you can bring to the table for your new team?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I mean, it's the main thing I look for is opportunity to help a team win. And, that's kind of my biggest thing. Like, to be able to sign with a new team, a new organization, and be able to go in and help impact that team and win games, I think that's obviously the number one thing for me. And, that's something I'm going to try to look for, and hopefully I get a lot of offers. That would be great. So, that's going to probably be the deciding factor for me is, which team I can go and contribute on a day-to-day basis.
Well, I know you put in the work. I know your teammates love you. We love you. Kids, I just want to say thank you for always being such a good guy in the clubhouse and dealing with this show. We appreciate everything, and we know good things are going to come your way.
Yeah, well, thank you, and thank you guys for always being positive and supporting me. I really appreciate it.
And you hate to joke, but it may be our show's fault because last year we had Harrison Bader on, and he was traded, and now this happens. No one's going to want to come on our show anymore.
I know. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. Kiz, man, we'll all be paying attention. Good luck to you, and we know you're going to do well.
Thanks, Kiz.
Sounds good, boys. I'll see y'all.
See you, buddy.
See you. Thanks.
Andrew Knizner right there. Nice little send-off, man. He's going to be just fine.
And think about that. Like, what player, you got non-tendered, right? And we're like, hey, can you just come on and let's, we just want to. And he's like, sure. He's just a good dude.
For sure.
I know, it could come across, well, he's always upbeat. And that's who he is. And that's why his teammates love him. He's an upbeat guy who works his butt off. And let's face it, he was good last year. Cardinals have a good young catcher that they like. They're going in a different direction. Hopefully he lands on his feet.
And by the way, I think it is important to note, just because the Cardinals made this choice doesn't mean it's the correct choice.
Yeah,
the Cardinals, and I'm not even knocking it. I'm saying
they're wrong.
Well, I understand why they made this choice. And you have Herrera coming up, and if you think he could be a starter down the road and you want to basically start him in the big leagues, the Cardinals had to make a tough choice, but that doesn't mean it was the right choice.
No, I get you.
And listeners wanted to hear him on today.
No, I know. And they love him.
After the news broke, I had multiple people tweeting at me saying, hey, is Kiz coming on Tuesday?
And I'll tell you this, man. I've seen and played with guys like him that everybody loves. And when they leave, you feel it in the locker room. You do. I'm telling you, man. Guys like that kind of hold everything together, keep everything light. You got your down days, man, the dog days. Everybody hates each other at some point or another. And you got a guy like Kiz that's in there. It's just happy. And it's contagious, so there's going to be a little bit of a void missing in that locker room. His absence.
I know, he's a rights holder. I'm telling you. That's why I was surprised by this. The starting pitchers loved him. The bullpen, he was a popular guy. Pitchers would go to him when they needed information or some background. He was the guy. And, hopefully that resume will land him something else.
He will. And we'll be paying attention. Certainly be paying attention to him. Get him in, by the way. The Audi Exchange in Kirkwood text line, 855-282-8255. One more day until we got Thanksgiving. Please, according to Charlie, just eat pumpkin pie or he's gonna get you. He's paying attention. He's watching you. He's watching all of you.
Just have enough.
He's watching all
But have
of
enough
you.
pumpkin pie for everyone.
That's fine.
He's watching all
but
you.
Yours was a draconian dessert sort of scenario. You know, like you will have one choice and it's pumpkin.
Yes, on Thanksgiving. When is the other day to eat pumpkin pie?
I don't eat pie.
I would love to eat in April.
You know, I agree with you.
I wouldn't care. I wouldn't
Actually,
care what
if
month
I'm
it is.
pumpkin pie, if I'm Big Pumpkin,
Just eat it.
I'd be pissed about this.
Yeah.
Because it's a great pie. It doesn't have to be eaten only on Thanksgiving, but we only eat it on Thanksgiving, which is why it deserves its own day.
Yes.
No offense, you're in the pocket of big pumpkin pie.
He is.
I would be.
He is.
I'll lobby for them right now.
Big pie.
I don't care if you're a Democrat or Republican. Whoever, whichever,
As long as you're a Democrat.
whichever candidate. No, I really don't care. I just don't like hypocrisy. Whoever advocates for only eating pumpkin pie on Thanksgiving, I will vote for.
Wow.
Can be Trump, Vivek, Nikki Haley, Biden, RFK Jr. Whoever supports me on this stance.
And he's going to be like, Biden did it. Biden's the only one that supported me.
Biden wouldn't be able to taste the difference.
No, he wouldn't.
RFK Jr. doesn't look like he's eating a whole lot of pie.
He probably spits it out after he tastes it.
I tell you what.
I want to know what kind of pie Biden likes.
He's old school, pumpkin pie.
You think it's pumpkin?
I do.
yeah.
He's
Key
a traditionalist.
I just have a
easy to
feeling.
eat.
I have a feeling if they gave him a pumpkin pie, he would try to wear it as a hat.
Name
Probably.
me one. Name me one.
Pumpkin.
You see Portnoy suing the NFL about Joe Burrow injury?
That's pretty funny.
Oh,
I
for
kind of like
gambling?
it.
It's a nice play.
It's a nice play. It's a loud play. What do
Okay,
you think?
but-
what do you think,
Especially
Charlie?
with those two going at it.
I know that he does everything for show, but there's something actually legally to this. If you're going to have gambling legal, and I believe is it over 30 states now or 30, whatever it is,
Yeah.
Not this one. Lame.
hopefully soon in Missouri. But if you're going to have legal gambling and injury reports, and you have people betting, investing, you have gambling partners for the NFL and all these sports leagues, there needs to be better transparency. There does. Because, dude, if people saw that cast and there was like the Zapruder film on that cast,
Yeah.
people would have bet differently. That's 100% true.
A lot of people.
A lot of people.
What did he throw down? 67 G's?
But that was wasn't that the beginning of the year? Wasn't that a
Yeah.
future bet for
Yeah,
them to
for
win the Super Bowl?
Oh. Well, then.
But still, I think his day-to-day take on that is accurate. If you're going to be partnered with gambling, if you're going to, by the way, suspend all these players who gamble, right? Who is the receiver? Calvin Ridley. Jamison Williams from St. Louis. If you're going to suspend these guys for doing anything with gambling, you're not going to be transparent with the injury reports where people are betting, and I'm not saying they should, but they're betting a lot of money on these games.
Yeah, man.
And you're growing off this. Your business is booming because of gambling and fantasy football, and it always has. So you actually need to protect the gamblers. I'm being serious.
They got BetMGM commercials with Jamie
Yeah.
Foxx rolling through every single NFL game going.
I'm telling you, that's a huge way to extract revenue from any coverage too. It's added. It's an added revenue stream for offsetting costs of broadcasts and everything like that. Suddenly, there's gambling spots everywhere.
Hot Take Central, the sports book. We can monetize this show by letting people bet on who coughs first, who interrupts first.
man.
Pretty good.
We can put odds.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, I like that. I
Yeah.
like that.